Sometimes architecture can give us some anxiety, and I don't mean if you're afraid of heights and you go to the observation deck at the top of a skyscraper and you feel all uneasy. I mean sometimes just looking at a piece of architecture can fill us with anxiety. I'm gonna need you to head on over to Pisa, Italy, because we're gonna take a look at one of the most famous examples of anxiety-inducing architecture in the world. This is the Leaning Tower of Pisa, a structure that was never meant to lean at all, yet became one of the most recognizable architectural icons on Earth. So how did it start leaning? Why hasn't it fallen over? And do we need to be worried that it might fall over someday? Let's find out. Hi there, and welcome back to Architecture with Wyatt, the YouTube channel all about architecture. And I'm your host, Wyatt. Located in the city of Pisa in Tuscany, Italy, construction on the Leaning Tower of Pisa began in 1173, at a time when Pisa was a powerful maritime republic. Wealthy from trade and military success, the city wanted monumental architecture. The tower was designed as the bell tower, or campanile, for the Pisa Cathedral, part of the larger religious complex now called Piazza dei Miracoli, or the Square of Miracles. When construction started, almost immediately a problem began to form. After just 3 stories, the builders noticed the tower beginning to sink. The problem was the ground beneath it, a soft mix of clay, sand, and marine sediment, combined with a foundation only about 3 meters or 10 feet deep. Construction was halted, partially due to structural concerns, but also because Pisa became entangled in several wars, and the pause lasted for over 100 years. However, that pause may have saved the structure because over that 100-year span, it allowed the sediment beneath the tower's base to compress and to strengthen. When construction resumed in the late 1200s, builders tried to compensate for the lean by making the upper floors slightly taller on one side. Instead of fixing the problem, it began to make the tower have a bit of a banana shape as it curved towards the top, giving it its very distinctive shape that we know today. By 1372, nearly 200 years after construction began, the tower was finally completed, already leaning, but still standing. It is now a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Despite its tilt, the tower's design is a stunning example of Romanesque architecture. The tower is cylindrical in form and constructed primarily from white and gray marble, which gives it a bright, stunning appearance under the Italian sun. The tower stands approximately 56 meters or 183 feet tall and consists of 8 levels, a base level, 6 arcaded stories, and a bell chamber at the top. Each level is wrapped with repeating columns and arches, creating a rhythmic, harmonious facade that contrasts beautifully with the chaos of its tilt. At the top are 7 bells, each tuned to a different musical note. Inside, visitors can climb a spiral staircase to the top. As you ascend, the lean becomes unmistakable. Steps are uneven and gravity feels slightly off-center. By the late 20th century, the tower leaned at about 5.5 degrees, pushing the limits of stability. In 1990, the tower was closed to the public as engineers launched a massive stabilization effort. Over 11 years, teams used counterweights, steel cables, and carefully removed soil from beneath the higher side. The result was a slight reduction of the lean and greater stability. Most importantly, this effort moved the center of gravity back towards the center of the base while the tower was still leaning. In 2001, the tower was reopened and was declared as stable for at least 200 years. So for the meantime, I guess we don't have to worry about it falling over, but in a couple centuries, engineers will have to worry about it again. So why does the Leaning Tower of Pisa captivate the world? In my opinion, first, it's human. It reminds us that even monumental projects can fail and still succeed in unexpected ways. Second, it's interactive. Few pieces of architecture invite play as much as this one does. Tourists from all over the world travel just to Pisa so that they can pretend to hold up the tower in a photo. And finally, it represents perseverance. Instead of demolishing the tower, generations chose to preserve it, turning a flaw into a feature. The Leaning Tower of Pisa isn't just architecture, it's a story of adaptation. Long story short, what started out as a structural mistake ended up creating one of the most beloved architectural icons in the world. The Leaning Tower of Pisa stands today not despite its flaw, but because of it. Thank you so much for watching today's episode of Architecture with Wyatt, and I look forward to seeing you back here very soon for the next video. Thanks again.